Hello everyone, my name is Yeon Nam. I'm happy to present my project Code to Cope at the Creativity and Cognition Conference. This project Code to Cope is a collaboration with designers, computer scientists, and a psychologist. It is a STEAM curriculum designed to teach, develop, and encourage coping mechanisms while learning programming with JavaScript for young adults. Mental health is a growing concern at universities. A study by Lipson et al. Found depression increased by 134.6% for U.S. college students between 2013 and 2021. Existing STEM curricula do not directly address issues of stress and anxiety. Therefore, we developed Code to Cope to teach students the competencies in software engineering and coping mechanisms needed to develop applications that support self-care. We hypothesize this will foster adaptive coping capacity. We have used the Code to Cope curriculum for creative coding class at Louisiana State University since 2020. The Code to Cope curriculum aims to build a positive self-esteem, confidence, and engagement in order to help students better cope with stress. The curriculum is an iterative process of learning and coping, in which students developed, practice, and maintain coping mechanisms as they learn to code. It consists of 3 units with a total of 5 projects. The coping mechanisms embedded in curriculum include mindfulness-based stress reduction, positive psychological interventions that promote positive thinking and emotions, and creative exploration using art. In the 2 projects in the first unit, students are asked to design characters and self-portraits. First, they learn the basics of programming by designing characters using P5.js. Then they develop interactive self-portraits that respond to diaphragmatic breathing. Their breathing is audio input that controls their characters. Throughout the semester, students practiced this breathing technique with their self-portraits as an exercise at the beginning of every class. The 2 projects in the second unit exercises in becoming role model and building memorable landscape scenes. In the role model project, each student developed augmented reality application where they become their role model. When a student's face is detected in video feed, a representation of their role model is overlaid on their face, so they can become their role model. In the landscape design project, students craft 2 different timelines for interactive landscape scenes that represent the memorable location. In both projects, interactions with the visual representation are performed through physical movements of the body using computer vision and machine learning. The collaborative robot drawing project in the 3rd unit transitions from the creation of a purely digital media to real physical artifacts to drawings on paper. Students use the OxyDraw robot for its ease of use. Collaborative drawing with robots on craft materials can contribute to a sense of creative personal expression similar to techniques used in art therapy. The Code to Cope curriculum was adopted by the Creative Coding course at Louisiana State University since 2020. we conducted selected interviews with 4 students in 2021 and empirical studies with 34 students in 2022 to evaluate the effects of the curriculum in terms of code, coping, and creativity. The results of the study show the Code-to-Cope curriculum effectively teaches computational thinking, develops self-care practice, and engages and motivates students. In the interview, all 4 participants reported appreciation for and benefit from meditation and relaxation during the activities. All 4 participants reported positive learning experience through the Code-to-Cope curriculum. When they got stuck and struggled with coding issues, they were able to get through their problems. We understand this approach may not provide a permanent solution for students' mental health. In the interview, one of the participants mentioned the coping effects were not permanent. However, we believe when a curriculum shows care for students, students can understand they have institutional support and are able to perceive their school as a strong, supportive community. In the questionnaires, students gave 4.29 out of 5 about how much the Code-to-Cope curriculum helped them to learn coding. They gave 3.38 out of 5 for coping and 4.20 out of 5 for creativity. 29 out of 34 students mentioned the Code-to-Cope curriculum helped them understand programming, although most of them did not have any prior knowledge of coding. In terms of coping, 22 out of 34 students mentioned the class projects relieved their stress. For the questions about creativity, 29 out of 34 students, the same number as for coding, answered they enjoyed expressing their creativity through their class projects. In particular, students mentioned that developing their own narrative motivated them to express themselves and made them more engaged in the project. We found the students became more confident in coding, meditated and relaxed, and enjoyed making creative projects with Code-to-Cope. The influence of the Code-to-Cope, however, depends on student engagement and may be temporary. In addition, the activities during the class and outside of the class are voluntary activities. The curriculum is not able to set the frequency and intensity of self-care activities. In the interview, students indicated right after certain activities, such as breathing and stretching, they were temporarily relaxed, but this effect may not last permanently. To overcome these limitations, we plan to integrate these coping mechanisms into online platforms so students can use these self-care activities more conveniently and often. If you have any questions, please send me an email at heynam@lsu.edu. Thank you.